Welcome, I'm comedian Wes Van Horn from This Is Alabama. We're in the Florence, Muscle Shoals area, North Alabama, to rank barbecue pork sandwiches. There's nothing else to say, I shouldn't be talking. Let's just get the show on the road. All right, so we have it here, Rick's Barbecue. Nice little packaging there. A little bit of onion and lettuce mix with a white sauce of some sort, maybe a mayonnaise. Give it a shot, shall we? Why wait? I like that they don't cover the sandwich in sauce. I like being able to taste the pork and not have it kind of sauced out. And it's got a nice little crunch with the pickle and the onion on there, which I do enjoy. The pork itself, pretty good. You don't get a whole lot of smoke in there, but a decent flavor, pretty moist, not dried out, which you like to see. You know, some people may say that a mayonnaise on a barbecue sandwich is sacrilegious, but I don't mind it. I'm Alabama through and through, so a little bit of mayonnaise on anything is not enough mayonnaise. It gives the sandwich a little bit of a different taste, but it kind of sets it apart, which I like. It's not really like a normal pork sandwich that you get anywhere else. If you're looking for a good lunch pork sandwich, you're gonna find it right here at Rick's. This is probably, I'd give it somewhere in the maybe a 7.4 on a scale of 10. 7.4. Like I said, not enough, not really a whole lot of smoke, but a decent moist pork sandwich. If you can go through the drive-thru, get a pork sandwich that tastes like this for lunch, you're in business. So here we are at Southern Barbecue. Right there, you don't gotta ask questions. Southern Barbecue. As you can see, it's snowing ash on us, which is a great sign. That means they're smoking and cooking with real wood. Nice little package. When I went to order, they asked if I wanted it mild or hot. So this is a mild sandwich. He said that had to do with the sauce. And I got a little bit of mustard slaw on there as well. So let's dig in, see what we got. Good moist pork. I don't love the sauce at all, but the pork is moist. A nice little grilled bun, which I always love to see. Could do without the sauce, honestly. Kind of takes away from some of that pork smoky flavor, but I'd say overall, go one more time, get the math right, carry the two. I'd give that maybe about a 6.7. I'd like to rank it higher, but the sauce really just takes it out. Kind of say it's a decent sandwich if you're looking for a quick bite to eat, and nothing that's gonna kind of set the world on fire here at Southern Barbecue. I'm gonna eat it because it's a barbecue sandwich. All right, so here we are outside of Brook's Barbecue here in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. An old staple of Muscle Shoals, been open since 1965. Very, very excited to give it a try. Already, we're seeing some Alabama snow, some ash come down on us, which you gotta love. So let's just get into it. Nice old school packaging, a little deli paper, toothpick in there. See some nice grilling done on the bread. Give it a little crunch, which is nice. Got a kind of a mustard slaw, which I'm very excited to try. Without further ado, that's nice. The pork is very smoky. Gotta love that. That's what you want. Perfect amount of whatever that hot barbecue sauce is. It's just the perfect amount. It's just a little on there where it doesn't soak the meat or take away from the flavor, but it does add a nice little kick of heat. And then that slaw on top to just kind of finish it off, cool it down, sweeten it up. That is a wonderful, wonderful pork sandwich. I think I'm just gonna, one more here. You don't always gotta be talking. Sometimes you just need to eat a pork sandwich. In terms of a rank, I'd say this is in the, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9, I think. A 9 out of 10, just a very, very solid pork sandwich. Just everything you want, all the flavors come together in the end, the smokiness. You can see why they've been open since 1965, you know. Good things last. I feel like this is how all barbecue should be eaten. At a picnic table, leaves and ash falling over you. We're here at Bunyan's barbecue. Once again, what's turning out to be a North Alabama staple. Deli paper, toothpick, a little bit of mustard, vinegar slaw, moist pork, toasted bun. Let's get into it. Pork's phenomenal. A little bit of kick. Slaw adds a nice crunch. That's a good pork sandwich. That's a little messier, which is never a problem when you're dealing with barbecue. I'm surprised I'm this clean. Out of 10, that's looking at like, let's go one more time. Let's not be rash with our decision making. I'm an educated man, so you gotta take time to do the research, really run the numbers. I'd give that about maybe a 8.8, 8.85 if we want to be nasty. That's a good pork sandwich all the way around. From everything on there, if you're, find yourself in Florence, Alabama looking for a pork sandwich, then I don't know if you're gonna find a better one than that. I'd take one more bite, ruminate on the beauty of this world, everything that it has to offer, from the wind to the air to the pigs we eat. This may be the pork sandwich talking. I haven't had anything to drink. I think I'm drunk on pork. I'm high on the hog. We got 306 barbecue out of Florence, Alabama. Ooh, nice little box. It's heavy, that's a good sign. Nice looking bun, weight to it for sure. Slaw, tomato, pickles, little sauce. Big chunks. It almost looks like it's like burnt ends, like Kansas City burnt. Like they're big hunk of meat, not pulled very fine, but that's all right. Let's do it. Decent. Pork's a little dry. And like I said, it's not real pulled. It's like kind of big hunks of, see, meat. Pretty good sandwich. I love a pickle crunch. Just a little bit of sauce, which is nice. Not too much. Good barbecue sandwich. Good pork sandwich. Kind of standard. A little dry, unfortunately. But it's a decent sandwich. That's a good. I'd say if we're going out of 10, like a 7.95. We'll give it that. It's not quite an 8, but it's close. I don't want to jump it up into 8 territory. Overall, good bread. Everything's done right. It's just the pork's a little dry, but still a good sandwich. Still not the worst sandwich we've had today, but not the best. I'm gonna have one more bite. I gotta check my math sometimes. A pretty good bite. That bite's an 8, but the sandwich isn't 7. All right, here we are, Florence, Alabama with Dick Howells barbecue. Right away, kind of what we've come to expect from the North Alabama pork sandwich, a little mustard slaw on some pork, toasted bun. What I liked about this place when I walked in was it was a family affair in there. They had Daddy was sweeping, Granny was behind cooking, and the kids were drinking Fanta after school, and it was a lovely scene that just reminds you how much barbecue can, not only impact the community, but just a single family, and how it's a labor of love. Anyway, I'm about to fall in love. Pretty good. A lot of smoke on that pork, which I love. Probably the smokiest pork we've had, honestly, here in North Alabama. You can taste that right away. Dick Howells is actually where the hot mustard slaw began in North Alabama, and I think it's the best. Many have copied, but few have duplicated. But good pork sandwich all around. One of the best of the day for sure. Feel a little like Forrest Gump on this bench, but Mom always said life was like a beautiful pork sandwich. On a scale of 1 to 10, this one's up there. Maybe a maybe a 8.43. Just a good solid pork sandwich. I'm gonna ruminate in the fountain over this sandwich I'm having. Just think about all the pigs that couldn't be here and the ones that are here. Here we are at Pop's Barbecue in St. Florian, Alabama. Giant pig, a giant chicken out front. It's always a good sign. What we come to know and love from North Alabama pork sandwiches. A little mustard slaw. I can see some pepper in there, that's good. Let's get after it. That's very good. The pork is hot, moist, good mustard slaw. That's a great pork sandwich. Now I know why Pop, how he can afford that Camaro back there. Makes a hell of a pork sandwich. If there were words invented to describe a pork sandwich, you wouldn't have to eat it. I'm gonna start preaching because I've been blessed with nothing but phenomenal pork sandwiches. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pork sandwich on earth, this one ranks right up there, about maybe a 8.73. What I like is there's not sauce. They kind of let the hot mustard slaw be the sauce, and then let the meat kind of speak for itself, which I really appreciate. There's a little bit of smokiness, but nothing too overwhelming or underwhelming. Just kind of right in the spot you want it to be. You can tell it's pretty fresh. In fact, if the pig out front, if I wasn't positive that it was fake, you might think that this meat came from that. That's how kind of fresh and tasty this pork tastes. So overall, a great sandwich. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. This is, one of the best experiences of my life. I'm gonna start crying, or it's either sweat or tears that are rolling down my face right now.